All right. So I'm really confident in the starting five for the Bearcats today, or not starting five, but for the starting squad for the Bearcats. A lot of offense. They really showed their diversity on offense, and they're not afraid to bounce back and forth to each other and share the ball. And there's a lot of good teammates on this starting
Yeah,
squad today.
absolutely. We've got Darcy and Sarah on our starting lineup, two of our seniors. And also, of course, in our starting lineup is our libero, Miss Olivia Nowakowski, number 23. She's a junior, very, very, very strong defensive player. So we're really excited to have her in our back row.
I'm really looking forward to this matchup today. That, like we said earlier, this is a must-win for both teams, and they're really both going to be fighting for these wins. Because it's a conference matchup. Season's starting to close out. So I'm really looking forward to this game today. I'm
Yep,
real
this could
excited.
be our last home game for the Bearcats this season.
Yes.
We've got our starting lineups for both teams out on the court. All right, the lineups have been checked and approved by the down ref. So we about ready to
Northwest
start
will
our
serve first today. Serving is number 10, senior Darcy Sunderman. And the serve. Nice set. And Fort Hayes will get the first point of the matchup today off a deflection. Hayes will now serve. Good overall serve right into the middle of the court. Nice setup for Northwest. Great ball movement.
good up by our libero.
Real back and forth right now. Great block. Nice save. And Northwest will get the first point of the day for them. Bearcats will now serve. Good serve, causes some trouble for not the Bearcats, for the Tigers. Nice.
That was a beautiful kill by Northwest number 7. Great communication.
Great ball movement so far. Good serve.
Kill by number 34, Callie Christensen. Point to Fort Hayes.
Kill by number 44 for Hayes.
Very smart move by the middle on the Tigers, pushing it back to that deep corner.
We're all knotted up at 2 right now.
Good up, great hustle.
Northwest is really attacking early. They're going straight for the corners of the court, and they're trying to spread them out, and they're doing a great job of it so far.
Yep.
Northwest will serve. Great serve. Out of the back of the court there by Hayes. Point to Northwest. Northwest is up 4-2 right now. Northwest will serve. Great serve, nice set.
Out of bounds, point Bearcats.
And Northwest will get the point. It looked like there was a deflection there, but turns out it wasn't, so Northwest will get the point.
No touch was called. That was a good idea to try to hit down that line, though.
Yes. Nice block by Hayes. Nice. Oh, good little tap right into the middle of the open.
Yep, that open spot right there in the middle. That was very smart thinking by the middle there for the Bearcats.
Northwest is up 6-2. Early lead. Nice serve. Nice block by Northwest. That was great. Great job. Northwest will serve again. Oh, Northwest trying to go for the block, or not the block, the spike right on the line, but just a little bit too far. And a little
Very
out of bounds.
aggressive gameplay though, but a very good call by the Tigers, number 43, watching that right side line.
A short serve by Hayes. A nice recovery by Northwest.
Good
nice
up.
save there by 34 for Hayes. But Northwest is going to get the point.
Both of these liberos, both for the Bearcats and the Tigers, have already showed their great ball play and how good they are at reading. So this could be a very defensively strong matchup between these two.
Nice serve, nice low serve. Nice save by Hayes. Nice dig. Hayes setting up. Blocked by Northwest. Another setup for Hayes. Nice dig. And a monster spike.
It was a very good swing. There wasn't much that Tigers blocker could do about it.
Yeah.
Very good read.
Northwest is off to a fast start here. Nice spike. Senior Darcy Sunderman with the nice spike and a timeout for Northwest and Hayes here. Northwest is off to a fast start.
Yes, pulling ahead very early. The block put up was very strong, very solid.
I don't know, they set her up pretty well, so it was a great job by senior Darcy Sunderman. And like we said, they're coming out early, and the seniors are showing their seniority and how good they are for this team.
Definitely.
All right, coming out of the timeout, Northwest will serve. Nice serve right into the middle of the court. Nice spike by number 7, Sophia Schlippenbach, the junior out of Dallas, Texas, adding another point onto the board for the Bearcats. Short serve. Nice setup. Oh, great save. Nice setup by Hayes. Good spike by Northwest, but Hayes with the block, and they get the point out of it. Served by Hayes. Another block.
Good defensive move by the Tigers, number 43.
Oh, almost a block by the Tigers, but it slips right through their hands, and Northwest is going to get another point here. They're still moving fast and putting up a lot of points really quickly.
Darcy Sunderman really showing her strength on that outside swing there.
Nice.
It's a good swing by the Tigers, a good placement right there in that deep line.
Really put it in the back of the zone where nobody can really get to it. It's a nice point for Hayes there, cutting the Northwest lead down. Good setup. Another great setup for Northwest. Oh, and it slips off the hand. So a little bit of a fluke there, and a point for Hayes.
Number 8, Maddie Brewer, trying to come out of the backside, trying to take some off of it, but took a little too much off there.
Yeah. Hayes was trying to poke it in there, but they couldn't quite get there. Northwest blocking it. Northwest setting up for another spike, and a great job on offense there. Northwest has another point on the board. They're really attacking today. They're going after outside edges and the back line. And
the Bearcats are playing a very, very fast game, and I think the Tigers are going to need to try to match that pace if they want to keep up with them on the scoreboard.
Hayes, another great setup. Good block by Hayes, and they're going to get the point. Both these teams are playing good defense, and they're really moving the ball well, but it just comes down to those little plays where the ball pokes through and they get the points.
Yep.
Hayes will serve. Good serve. Another good setup. And another kill by Darcy Sunderman. She's off to a fast start today, putting Northwest up by 7 over the Tigers.
Darcy really using the hands of those blockers to push it out.
Definitely. Good serve by the senior. Another block by Northwest. Good save by Hayes. A great save. Wow,
Great
really,
rally here.
Really going all out to save the ball there. And Northwest is going to get the point.
Both teams are playing very scrappy. They're moving around really quickly, trying to get any hand on the ball that they can.
Definitely. I'm really liking how fast-paced this game is. It's making it a lot more interesting. The senior will serve, and Hayes looking like they're not ready for it, and they'll just have to bounce back after that play. Northwest gets the point. They now lead by 11. Or 9.
9.
Excuse me. I can't count. They lead by 9. Hayes set up. Nice setup by Hayes.
See, that right there is what I'm talking about. They really upped it in their pace there, and they set a quick middle, and they got right through the hands of those Northwest blockers. And I think they're going to have to keep that pace up the whole time. It's just going to come down to which team can keep it up.
Nice serve by Hayes. Monster spike by number 8 for Northwest.
Great net play there.
Another spike by Northwest. Blocked out of bounds by Hayes, so Northwest is going to get the point there.
They're really working those tools off the hands of the Tigers blockers. The Tiger blockers are really going to have to work on keeping the ball inside the court after they block it.
Northwest serving. Another little poke right in the middle by 8 for Northwest, and it's going to end up in a point for them as Hayes fumbling around with the ball, and they couldn't quite get control of it. And Hayes will take a timeout.
Fans, be sure to like the Bearcats on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Bearcat Sports to keep up with all the latest news updates for all of your favorite Bearcat teams.
I'm really wondering how long Hayes can keep up with. So Hayes, they were fumbling around with the ball, and Northwest is really attacking the outsides like we were talking about earlier. So
really
when they fumble around with the ball, it's tough to get it set back up into the air.
Yeah, they're really forcing those Tigers defenders to reach out and get into the spaces that need to be covered, and it's really difficult when you get one hand on it and then it goes somewhere else and the whole team follows, and then someone else gets a hand on it and ends up in a different position. But the Tigers defense is really trying to get their hands on it, and they just have to keep watching those corners because the Bearcats are really picking them out.
already. Coming out of the timeout by Hayes, Northwest is up 18-8 early on the Tigers with a minute 15 left in period number 1. Northwest will serve. Great setup by Hayes. Good saves by Northwest. Another great save by Northwest. Good job by Northwest to really poke it over when they weren't ready for it.
Yeah, very aggressive tip there by our number 19 senior, Sarah Danatel, as a setter, sending it right over on the second hit. Very smart play.
Northwest serving again. Good block by Northwest, and it's going to end up in a point for them.
Yeah,
great
great
defensive play so far.
They held that block very strong, and it bounced off and landed deep in the corner where the Tigers weren't expecting.
Definitely. Northwest will serve again. Short serve to try and catch the Tigers off guard, but it doesn't work. Great job by Hayes to really get the ball back on the other side. And a block by Hayes. Good defensive play, and it's going to get them a point. Cut the Bearcat lead down.
It looks like the referees have called a 4 hits on Fort Hayes, so it doesn't look like the ball went over at all on the Bearcats, and so when the Tigers hit it again, it gave them 4 hits, which is illegal. So is the Bearcats serve.
Okay, so the Bearcats got the point on that.
Yes, they did.
Monster spike. A great save by Hayes to keep the ball moving. Poke over the top.
Good up by Fort Hayes.
Both teams doing a great job of really fighting to keep the ball alive. Ball movement is quite well right now. And a block by Northwest.
The Bearcats are setting up their blocks in just the right spot to shut down those Fort Hayes attacks.
Definitely.
Fort Hayes is going to have to try their best to move around some more, get out of the hands of those big Bearcat blocks.
And the serve by Northwest by number 23. Short, and they run into the net, so Hayes is going to get a point there. Northwest leads 22-9. And a spike there by Northwest, but it is out of bounds, so Hayes is going to get the point. Northwest leading by 12. Number 43 will serve for Hayes. Northwest trying to catch them off guard there, but it didn't work. Great job by Hayes to keep the ball moving. Monster spike.
Great attack out of the back row by the Bearcats. Right idea by the middle from Fort Hayes.
And the spike by number 8, Maddie Bruder, is right into the net, so Hayes is going to get another point there. Hayes really starting to capitalize and kind of figure out how these Bearcats are attacking.
Yep.
Northwest again, another big spike by number 8, Maddie Bruder. Northwest gets a point there. They're back up by 12, 23-11 Northwest.
Only 2 points away from closing out this set.
Good serve by Northwest. Hayes, great job of keeping the ball moving around. Another big spike by number 8, Maddie Bruder.
They're really taking advantage of that fast-paced, short sets, really getting in between the hands of those blockers before they even know what's hitting them.
Exactly.
We are
Bruder
game
off to a
point
great
here.
start.
Yep. Game point for the Bearcats.
Let's see if they can get it here.
Oh,
great
up.
Great job by Hayes. Ends in a poke out of bounds. So Northwest is going to take the first set. Northwest, like we were saying, they really wanted to come out and get a quick start here. So
They really did that. They came out very quickly in the very beginning. They got on top of it, kept their momentum very fast from the start, and Fort Hayes just, they got behind in the beginning, and it's really hard to catch back up. Well,
So-
throughout that whole set, we saw some very, very good hits by our Bearcats. Many kills by Darcy Sunderman and Maddie Brewer on the outside. They gave us some very good hits, very crucial points for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Maddie Bruder really attacking the middle of the floor rather than the outsides, and she's spiking the ball hard.
Yes, she did.
It's too fast for the Hayes defenders right now, and they couldn't really keep up with it. And ultimately, that's what led to Northwest getting that first set win.
There was also a lot of very good defensive plays throughout that whole set on
Definitely.
both sides. You know, our libero for our Bearcats, number 23, Olivia Nowakowski, showed great plays. You know, throwing one hand out and keeping it off the floor, giving the Bearcats a chance to score, and the libero on the other team as well, showing great.
So, based on the first set and Northwest taking it, Hayes doesn't look too worried right now. I mean, it's one set, so they definitely can bounce back. You know, Northwest is probably going to try to go for the same attack, you think?
Yeah, these teams in between these sets, you know, they're getting their breaks, but they're really going to be talking about, the Bearcats are really going to be talking about how they can keep pushing forward, keep up their momentum, and Fort Hayes is probably figuring out the best way they can shut down the Bearcats, you know, with their quick plays and their defense. So they're going to have to play really, really smart and not just hard against the Bearcats today.
Definitely. Hayes is really going to need to fire up for this second set if they're going to bounce back and match up with Northwest. Northwest's pace right now is too fast for Hayes, and I hope they can catch up. I mean, they have the right strategy. They were right there on a couple of points, and every one of those points is going to matter when it comes to a game like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So number 34 is going to check in for number 44 for Hayes. And we are about to enter the second set of this MIAA matchup between the Bearcats and the Tigers of Fort Hayes. Hayes will serve starting at the second set. Nice serve, nice low serve, and Hayes is going to start out quick, just like we said they needed to. First point of the set goes to Hayes.
Yep.
Nice start for him.
Great way to start off with an ace there. Good momentum.
Hayes will serve again. Here they go, right into the back corner. Good block by Hayes. Another, and a nice half spike into the middle of the floor. I wouldn't call that as big of a powerful one, but
Yeah, we'll call that an off-speed hit.
yeah. So caught him off guard there. They're expecting a big spike.
Yep.
So Northwest
Very
is gonna
smart
get
play
the
by the
point.
Bearcats.
Northwest does a great job of saving it there. Hayes moving the ball well, starting off the second set, but Northwest is going to get their second point of it after a spike out of bounds by Hayes. Northwest will serve. Almost caught Northwest off guard, but a nice save there by number 23. The point's going to go to Northwest. What
That
happened
looks
there?
like our down ref called a double hit on, it looked like number 32 or maybe number 10. So she hit the ball 2 times in a row, giving the point to the Bearcats.
And following that serve by Northwest went out of bounds, so Hayes is going to get a point, and it's 3-2 Bearcats here in the second set. And both teams are still moving the ball really well. A big kill by Maddie Bruder. Nothing new.
That was a very smart play. Our setter set up the middle as if she was going to come and hit, and then the outside came in behind her, so the blockers set up for the middle to hit, and they were just a hair late, leaving that outside hitter to have a very clean hit with no blockers in the way.
Definitely. And Northwest with the block. And number 12, Hallie Sidney, checked in for the Bearcats, and she was right there on that block for the Bearcats, putting them up 5-2. Northwest will serve. Big spike by Hayes. And they're going to get the point as Northwest blocks it out of bounds. 43 checks in for Hayes. That is Abby Hayes. She'll serve for Hayes here. To the back of the court for Northwest. Great setup. And a point for Northwest.
It was a great dig by the Hayes defensive line, but it was just a hair outside the antenna.
So Maddie Bruder will serve here for Northwest. Both teams still doing a great job of keeping the ball alive and really moving it all over. Good spike by Northwest, but it's blocked by Hayes. Another block. Another block by Northwest, but it will go out of bounds, and Hayes will get the point. Bearcats lead 6-4 here in the second set. They're really matched up more evenly this set, it seems like. Seems like Hayes has kind of figured out Northwest.
Yep.
Big spike by Northwest, but more great offense. And a point for Northwest there. What happened there?
Right. Looks like our down ref called number 44 on the Tigers in the net. So she touched the tape of the net, and that's illegal. So the on her block. So the point went to the Bearcats.
Northwest will serve.
Great play by number 10 on the Tigers. That was a good, smart move out of the net there.
Big spike by Darcy Sunderman, but it's saved by Hayes, and they're going to get the point after a deflected block by Northwest. And Northwest leads 7-5 here in the second set. Number 34 will serve for Hayes. Good serve. Another setup for Northwest. A great dig by Hayes. A great dig by Maddie Bruder for Northwest. Back and forth, these teams are really going. And another point for Northwest.
Yes, they called a double hit on the setter of Northwest, of Fort Hayes Tigers. She went up to set the ball and it hit both of her hands, and so that's considered you hitting the ball twice, and so it did go point Bearcats. Tigers are making very little mistakes that are costing them points.
Another serve by the Bearcats here. Hayes, a big spike way out of bounds. So Northwest is going to get the point, and they lead 9-5 here in the second set. Northwest will serve. Still, both teams great job setting up on offense. And Hayes, a little poke right over the net. Northwest wasn't ready for it, and they'll get the point there. 9-6 Bearcats. Serving is Hayes. To the back of the court. Great setup. A kill for number 3 Morgan Lewis, the freshman out of Overland Park. She was set up there by number 19, I believe. Great job by Northwest there. Great save by Darcy Sunderman. but the point is going to go to Hayes. What happened there?
We had another double hit on a Northwest player. It bounced from her hand to her shoulder. And so, unfortunately, that will be a point for the Tigers.
Northwest is up 10-7 here in the second set. Hayes will serve. Both teams still great job on setting up. Oh, almost a save. Hayes will get the point there off the, would that be a dig that would go out of bounds?
Yes, yes.
So Gabby De Silva there with the dig, but it went out of bounds unfortunately. So Hayes got the point there. Northwest, another spike by Maddie Bruder, blocked, and it's hit out of bounds by Hayes. So the Bearcats are going to get the point there. Nowakowski will serve for the Bearcats here. Oh, good job by Hayes. Really spiking it right into an area where she couldn't get control of the ball.
It was outside of her line of control, so it went flying out the side of the court, unfortunately.
Northwest leads 11-9 here. A big kill by number 8, Maddie Bruder. Really, really attacking them today. Great job by Maddie Bruder.
She has a very long hang time, so she's in the air for so long that the blockers just can't get their timing down.
Definitely. 12-9 Bearcats here in the second set. Serve goes off the net, but it doesn't catch Hayes off guard. Good job by Hayes on recovering there. And Hayes with the block. Another setup for Maddie Bruder, but a good job by Hayes of keeping it on the court. Good kill by Sophia Schleppenbach, getting the point there for the Bearcats.
It was a good hustle by number 31 from the Tigers.
Definitely.
An attempt to recover that ball.
Northwest will serve. Almost a fluke set up there. Good job by Hayes. Real back and forth play right now. Maddie Bruder with another kill. Almost blocked by Hayes there.
She gave him another one of those off-speed hits that they just weren't ready for. She's really good at, she's playing very smart, making sure she's giving him a good mix of off-speed and full-speed hits. You know, the Tigers are really picking it up this set as far as their speed. So in that last play, right before the timeout was called, Maddie Bruder had that off-speed hit that rolled right over the blockers into the hole that's right behind them. Very smart. She's done that more than once this set.
Yes. I mean, Hayes isn't playing bad defense. It's just like you said. I mean, these past couple of plays, Maddie Bruder and them have been spiking the ball right into the hands of their blockers, and they're just not ready for it when she's changing up the speed there. So Hayes is going to have to step up there in that sense on defense to really block her and make sure she doesn't get those points that they need. So coming out of the Hayes timeout, Northwest leads 14-9 here in the second set. A closer matchup here in the second set than it was in the first.
Definitely, and that's partially due to the Tigers stepping up their pace, running some faster plays, and really figuring out how to be smart against the Bearcats defense.
Northwest will serve coming out of the Hayes timeout. And Hayes doing a great job of keeping the ball alive still. So is Northwest. Spiked by Hayes, but kept alive by Northwest. Maddie Bruder with a spike, but it's blocked. Good block by Hayes. A great job by Nowakowski to keep the ball alive for Northwest. Oh, and they changed the call. At first they gave the point to Northwest, but then they called deflection. So Hayes is going to get the point there.
Yep, they called a touch off of our Northwest block before it went out.
Hayes will serve here. 14-10 Northwest. And another big spike by Maddie Bruder, but a good dig by Hayes. And they give the point to Hayes. Hairline hit almost out, but just enough in to give them the point there.
A really good read.
14-11 Northwest. Big spike. Nice kill by number 7, Sophia Schleppenbach, to give the Bearcats a 4-point lead over the Tigers of Hayes. Maddie Bruder will serve for the Bearcats. Good serve. Hayes does a great job of really keeping it on the court there. And a kill for number 12, Hallie Sidney, the freshman out of Chesterfield. It was deflected, but it went out of bounds, so Northwest is going to get the point there. 16-11 Northwest. Both teams really fighting for it right now. Keeping the ball alive. Big kill by number 2 for the Tigers, Ashlyn Cassidy. Point for the Tigers there, cutting the Bearcat lead down to 4.
Both of these liberos today are just doing so well, keeping the ball off the floor.
Big kill by Darcy Sunderman. That was aggressive, knocking the Gatorade bottle off of the table over there. I think she was aiming for it, don't you?
I think so.
Northwest now leads by 5, 17-12. Oh. About went over the net there for Hayes, but it travels along the top, so that's going to be a point for Northwest as it lands back on Hayes' side. 18-12 now, Northwest. Schleppenbach will serve for Northwest, but she will serve it a little too far, out of bounds for Hayes. And checking in for the Bearcats, the sophomore Caitlin McInnes out of Harrisonville. Hayes will serve here.
Looks like there might be some miscommunication. Oh, and the up ref just got the all clear, so we're ready to go.
Hayes serves to the back of the court, and it's going to be in for Hayes. I don't think Northwest is ready for that. And Hayes is going to get the point there as it's hit out of bounds by Northwest.
Yeah, that middle really trying to cut to the side to catch him in a spot they're not, but she missed it by just a little bit.
Hayes serves. Oh, Darcy Sunderman trying to go for another kill, but Hayes playing great defense here in the second set, and they get another point there off a block. Bearcat lead cut down to 2 points.
Yeah, they're really making a comeback here. Oh, little miscommunication there as the set was higher than expected.
A little back and forth right now. Great block by Northwest, but it's out of bounds. Still great defensive play. Northwest will take a timeout here, and it is only a 1-point game right now here in the second set, so it's gotten a little bit competitive here.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Bearcats, may or may not have come out a little too confident out of that first set. winning with such a big lead. You know, they're making some little mistakes as far as, you know, not closing their blocks as they should be, so they're going out or they're going down on our side. But Fort Hays has definitely stepped up their pace, and they've really, you know, toned down their skills so that they can really focus on, you know, making good passes and good sets and good hits. And, you know, obviously they've done something right because they are catching up to our Bearcats.
Yes. Hayes really, obviously in their last huddle come into the set, they knew what they had to do to keep up here with Northwest's pace. As we said earlier, Northwest is going to come out fast. So they've really shown that they can keep up with Northwest here.
Definitely.
And that's why it's only a 1-point game here in the second set. Hayes will serve coming out of the Northwest timeout. 1-point game here in Maryville in this MIAA matchup between the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats and the Fort Hays State Tigers. Both teams doing a great job, and Hayes is going to get the first point coming out of the timeout there.
That was a beautiful line shot by the Tigers. You know, normally the block would cover that, but she hit it just high enough to go over the block and still land right in that back corner.
Hayes with another serve here, and a great kill by number 3, Morgan Lewis, the freshman out of Overland Park. And she will put the Bearcats up 19-18. Close set here. Serving is number 14, Megan Stillmock for the Bearcats here. Big spike, but it's saved by Northwest. Hayes, another setup. A great block. And another point for the Bearcats. Great defense being played right now. Northwest leads 20-18 here in the second set.
Just looking for those 5 points to close it out.
Great job by Nowakowski keeping the ball alive there for Northwest. But Hayes is going to get the point.
Yep, it looks like they called a double hit on our number 19, our setter for the Bearcats. You know, she got one of those one hand and then the other.
Big spike by Northwest, but it'll go out of bounds, and Hayes is going to tie this game back up at 20 here in the second set. Really competitive here.
Yep, both teams just need to push for 5 points to really close it out.
Great ball movement by both teams. Maddie Bruder trying to go for the kill, but it'll go right into the net. Another timeout for Northwest as Hayes has a 21-20 lead here in the second set.
Visit BearcatsSports.com for further information.
Both teams this set have put up a great blocks. There's been a lot of close net play. You know, they're all looking for those off-speed hits and the different pace of each hitter, and the blocking game from both the Tigers and the Bearcats have been very strong today.
Definitely. You know, we talked about the differences between each team, between sets, and I feel like Hayes really need to step up on the blocking. They've definitely done that, and I think that's why they got the 21-20 lead right now.
Definitely, they've pulled ahead of the Bearcats for the first time this match so far, and you know, I think that goes to show that they're really playing smart. They're really making good decisions and focusing.
Definitely. So coming out of the Northwest Missouri State timeout here, Hayes will serve. Serving is number 10 for the Tigers. Gabby Da Silva trying to get a kill there. A great job by Hayes. And a point for Northwest.
Down ref had called the setter into the net, so if you're any part of your body touches the net as a setter, then it's a point for the other team.
Alrighty, so Northwest ties it up here, 21-21. Good serve by De Silva. Oh, off speed kill there. Number 11 for the Tigers, off speed. Caught the Bearcats off guard. Hayes leads 22-21, coming down to the wire here in the second set. Hayes will serve. And it's a botched play there by Northwest. Basically giving Hayes the point there. A little bit unorganized for the Bearcat offense. Hayes leads 23-21 now. Maddie Bruder trying to catch him off guard once again, but it doesn't work. Set up for Maddie Bruder. Another great job of keeping the ball alive by Hayes. Hayes is doing a good job here in the second set of doing that.
Definitely.
Off speed hit. Another great save by Hayes. Another setup for Bruder. Off speed. Wow. Great defense right now by Hayes. And a point for Hayes there as Northwest goes into the net again.
Yeah, but it looks like they went to hit that ball and caught the edge of the antenna, and that's considered out. So it's given to Hayes, who only needs one more point. It's game point for Hayes.
Game point in Northwest. A little bit of sloppy play right there, but they save it. And off the deflection, Hayes is going to get the final point of the second set, and they're going to take the second set 25-21. We are all tied up at 1 here in Maryville.
Yeah. Wow, that was a very, very impressive comeback by the Fort Hays Tigers. It almost feels like it was a different team out there playing that set. They were moving much quicker. They were making sure they got their hands on all of the balls that were all over the court. They were, really getting smart about their net play and their ball placing when they were, doing their hits and their rolls. So
for sure. So in this last set, I saw a lot of sloppy play for Northwest. Hayes was really exploiting these outside zones of the court that Northwest wasn't in. So they really had to dive for the ball a lot, and they couldn't get control of it. And Hayes got a lot of points off of botched deflections and stuff like that. So
definitely.
Northwest is going to need to fix that here going into the third set.
Yeah, and that's kind of the compromise that you run into sometimes, the harder you play, sometimes you lose your mechanics. So I think we saw that from Northwest this past set. They were losing some of their refinement, and so and Fort Hays was picking that up. They were playing faster, but
sure.
they were keeping hold of their basic skills. So it's gonna come down to which one of these teams can play a fast-paced, clean game, to see which one's going to come out on top.
Here in Maryville, we got a good one here. Tied at 1 set apiece. And Northwest looking to not give up another set. Hayes came out strong there in the second set and really showed that they can keep up with this Bearcat team. Despite Hayes having an 11-22 record overall, they're not looking like they're 11-22. They're looking a lot better than that. So
right.
We'll see if they can keep that up here. We'll make it an interesting third set. Alrighty, we are about to get started here with the third set here in Maryville in this MIAA matchup between the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats and the Fort Hays State Tigers. Great match between these two teams so far. Tied at 1 apiece. And coming into the third set, Northwest will serve, and number 10, Darcy Sunderman, will serve for the Bearcats here. We'll see which Northwest team and which Hays team shows up in the third set. Oh, and a botch off the pipes above the court.
That's very difficult when you hit the ceiling and the ball changes direction like that. There's not much you can do about it.
Exactly. So Northwest is going to get the early point here thanks to the piping above the court here. Northwest serves. Great setup by Hays. Almost a block for the Bearcats. But Hays, great job of really attacking the front line there of Northwest and getting their opening point for the third set. Hays will serve. Good block by Hays there to keep the ball alive. And Northwest is going to get the point. That was barely out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a very, very smart idea. Very, very close placement there.
Northwest serves here. Good block. Good block there by Maddie Bruder and Sophia Schlippenbach. Really keeping Hays from getting an easy point there. And Northwest leads 3-1. Both teams really fighting to keep the ball alive here. Big spike. Saved by Hays. And a block to get another point on the board there for Northwest. Great defense showing up for the Bearcats so far in this third set.
Bearcats are really getting their hands up there and shutting down the Tigers from making any offensive moves.
Northwest moving the ball well. Hays is setting up their back lines and stuff like that real well too.
Looks like a double was called on Fort Hays, so that point went to the Bearcats.
Bearcats serve, light serving in the middle of the court there. Almost a block, another almost block by Northwest, but Hays is going to get the point there.
Those two on the far right side are going to really need to work on penetrating over the net to close that gap between their bodies and the net that the ball keeps sliding through.
And Northwest up 5-2 here in the third set. Big spike there for Northwest.
Good
nice save for Hays. Big kill. Another kill for number 8, Maddie Bruder. And the Bearcats lead 6-2 here. This is the Northwest that we saw in the first set.
Yep.
Coming out and attacking quick here. Northwest serves. A reoccurring theme is both teams are really setting up each other well here. They're not real sloppy. But Hays is going to get the point there on some great defense.
Yeah, they've got that 6'2" Callie Christensen in the middle there, who is going to be a big key for their defense.
Definitely. Northwest up 6-3. And a nice kill by Sophia Schlippenbach, putting the Bearcats up 4 points here. The Hays defense really getting exploited there. Northwest will serve. Hays still doing a great job of saving the ball. And another kill for Schlippenbach for Northwest. Northwest now leads 8-3 over Hays. Another fast start for the Bearcats here in the third set.
They're keeping up that communication, that fast-paced game right in the front row.
Definitely. Hays A great poke right into the middle where nobody was. Number 21, Logan Wallach for the Tigers, getting the point. 8-4 Northwest. Northwest here setting up, and a great block by number 11 for the Tigers, Tatum Bartles, getting a point on the board there for the Tigers. 8-5 Northwest.
It's very important for them to cut Northwest momentum off right there. That was a good play.
Hayes serves. Good job by Northwest there to keep the ball alive. But the senior Darcy Sunderman, a little bit too hard there on the spike and hits it out of bounds. So Hayes can get the point.
Yep.
8-6 Northwest. Good job by Hayes of keeping the ball on the court there. Oh, good idea, but it goes out of bounds, and you gotta keep the ball in bounds if you want the points.
Yep. That goes back to those little mistakes, just court awareness, just knowing where you are and where you want to put the ball, to prevent simple mistakes like that.
9-6 Northwest here. Good serve by Northwest to really catch him off guard, but Hayes recovers quite well there. Another great job by Hayes to keep the ball on the court. Good job by Hayes. Hayes is doing a great job of keeping the ball alive, but they just need to get the points.
Definitely. It's hard for them to break through that Northwest defense, though.
Exactly.
Very strong.
Northwest is playing strong right now.
Very long rally.
Oh, and finally the back and forth game ends there, and the Hayes Tigers will get the point, closing the gap. 9-7 Bearcats. That was a great back and forth between the teams there, and Hayes prevailing. Hayes will serve. Little poke by Northwest. Good idea. Kill for number 12, Hallie Sidney.
She really saw that hole right behind the blocker and just tipped it right behind him. Those are really hard to get up if you don't see him coming.
Hayes is really going to need to be more ready for those off-speed balls there that are coming over the net. And Northwest gets another point off a spike that goes out of bounds. 11-7 Northwest right now. At first it looked like Northwest was going to run away with this third set, but Hayes has really battled back, and they've done a great job of keeping the ball alive. And
great up
exactly
by number 8 for the Bearcats. She traced that ball down.
Hayes keeping the ball alive still. That's a strong point for them today. Really, both teams keeping the ball alive.
Absolutely.
Again, 34 with a great save there. And Northwest is going to get the point there.
The down ref called number 10 in the net. So we saw that lack of control when it comes to making sure that your body doesn't run into the net.
Timeout by Hayes here. Northwest leads 12-7 here in the third set.
So in the last couple of plays there, we really saw a very strong defense, between the libero for the Bearcats and the libero for the Tigers. They both are really good at reading the offense of the other team and making sure they get their body behind the ball and get it nice and high and allow their team to have the opportunity to turn those digs into potential kills and points.
Definitely. Strong defense by both sides right now, but it's going to come down to those few possessions that end up in points that both teams are going to have to fix their problems, and we'll see who comes out on top here. Real competitive game right now. I'm really liking this.
Yeah. Strong defenses make for long rallies and very exciting games.
Definitely. So Northwest is going to serve here coming in, or out of the timeout, I should say. Hayes, a big spike to start off the third set. With a kill by number 21, Logan Wallach for the Tigers, cutting the lead for Northwest down to 4. Hayes will serve here. Serving is number 31, Sabrina Rogers. Good serve. Good hustle by Hayes, but off the deflection, the Bearcats are going to get a kill. 13-8 Bearcats off the kill by Darcy Sunderman. Senior really stepping up today like we thought. Hayes, big kill.
That ball deflected right out into the crowd over there, caught by a little man who I happen to know. That's my little brother sitting over there, happened to catch that ball.
Good awareness there by your little brother. Catch a ball. Hayes will serve here. 13-9 Northwest. Good block. And Hayes with another kill by number 32, Kylie Rollman, cutting the lead down to 3 for Northwest. Good job by Hayes of really battling here and not letting Northwest run away with it. Another serve by Hayes here. Another ball up into the pipes. There's nothing they can do about that.
Yeah, it changes, it changes direction, it changes speed. It's so hard to read, especially since these pipes are hanging very low. You don't get a whole lot of time to react to the change.
Definitely.
Very difficult.
I don't think Northwest is purposely hitting the pipes, but hey, point is a point.
Right.
And Northwest just serves the ball into the net, so Hayes will get the point. 14-11 Northwest here in the third set. Hayes will serve. Short serve. Doesn't make it over, so Northwest is going to get the point. 15-11 Bearcats.
Now these last couple rallies have ended, in points back and forth, and one of these teams is really going to need to dig their heels in and get some momentum to really pull ahead. It's only a four-point game, so it's close.
Good serve by the Bearcats there. Hayes tried to catch him off guard, didn't really work. Good job by Northwest. And Maddie Bruder, monster kill there for the Bearcats. 16-11 Bearcats right now. She's still really attacking the middle of the floor, and Hayes just isn't ready for it. Hayes is going to need to fix that. They want to keep alive here.
Going to find a way to shut her down.
Northwest serves. Another ball almost hitting the pipes there. But Hayes, great job of keeping the ball alive. Good job by Hayes of really not letting Maddie Bruder get another kill there.
That swing by the Tigers outside was never touched by the Bearcat block, so when their other teammate hit it, they call for 4 points, or for 4 touches.
Northwest is going to get the point. 17-11 Hayes, and then a big kill by number 44, Callie Christensen, cutting the Bearcat lead down to 5. Good job by Hayes there, really attacking the back zone where it was rather empty for the Bearcats.
Yep.
Maddie Bruder, another attempt at a kill, but good job by Hayes of keeping it alive.
Out of bounds, points Bearcats.
And Northwest gets another point.
Serving for Northwest,
The hit out of bounds by Hayes. 18-12 Bearcats here in the third set. And Maddie Bruder will serve here for the Bearcats. Good job by Hayes of still moving the ball pretty well on offense. And a kill by number 12, Hallie Sidney, gives Northwest a 7-point lead here.
She gets on that far right side and cuts it across, and they're just not used to seeing that. She has not done that much this whole set.
And Northwest is going to get the point here after Callie Christensen for Hayes runs into the net. She tried to avoid it there, but there's not much you can do there when you're right on the net. Man, she's tall.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the hardest rules to try to avoid, especially since this set has had a lot of close net play.
Yeah, so Northwest, once again, doing a great job of really attacking the middle, and Hayes is going more to the outside and the back zones of the court, and Northwest is up by 8 right now, but they've gotten a couple points where the ball is hit off the pipes, and Hayes can't really do anything about that. So Hayes really is right in this game, and they need to rally right here so they can catch back up here to the Bearcats.
Yeah, definitely. They just need one really good play to shift that momentum, and they can go on a run and hopefully catch back up. But the Bearcats are only 5 points away from shutting down this set, so Fort Hayes needs to make a play now.
Number 8, Maddie Bruder, will serve for the Bearcats here, coming out of the timeout. And a kill attempt by Christensen for Hayes goes out of bounds, so Northwest will get the point there. 21-12 Northwest. Served by Maddie Bruder. Big kill for number 21, Logan Wallach. Great job by 21 there.
Yeah, she saw the hole in the Northwest block and really took advantage of it. Just hit right through it, right to the middle there.
Definitely. Good job by her. Cutting it down. 21-13 Bearcats. Nice block by Hayes to keep the ball alive, and they're going to get the points.
The Bearcats had a lift called on them, so it was rolling down her arms and she was lifting up, and so it was like a carry. So the point went to Fort Hayes.
21.
It's a little bit of a controversial call because it was rolling down her arms as she was passing it. So it looked like a carry to me. So I'd say the down ref was right in his decision, and it looks like it's holding. So point is still for Fort Hayes.
Hayes will serve here. Northwest. Another kill attempt. Another ball into the pipes, but Hayes this time does a good job of keeping it alive and not getting caught up by it. Both teams really playing good defense right now. And Hayes is going to get the kill. Another kill for number 21, Logan Wallach. She's had a great game today for the Tigers.
She's doing a very good job of finding the holes in the court on the Bearcats side.
21-15 Bearcats. Another botched play by the Bearcats here, and Hayes is going to get another point. 21-16 Bearcats. And number 13, Gabby De Silva, will check in here for the Bearcats. Hayes closing in on the Bearcats here. Great block by Hayes there. And Gabby De Silva is going to get a kill. 22-16 Northwest here in the third set. And checking in number 3, Morgan Lewis, for number 23, Nowakowski. Northwest will serve here. Little back and forth play. Good kill by number 3, Morgan Lewis, who just checked into the game.
They're really taking advantage of their quick plays to beat those Fort Hayes blockers so that they have a clear way to hit.
Definitely. 23-16 Bearcats here.
Oh, and that was...
Wow.
Ooh. We got our Bearcat coach there getting a little upset over that not being called, but, it was hit out of bounds anyway, so
Definitely.
And it's game point for the Bearcats.
24-16 Bearcats here looking to take the third set as the fans are up and clapping here. Hayes is going to need to step up. They want to keep this set alive. Northwest serves. Hayes trying to stay alive here. Good job. Playing good defense so far. Good communication. And Northwest wins the third set here after a spike out of bounds by Hayes. Hayes doesn't seem too affected by it as they could still come back here. Northwest now leads this match 2-1.
Yeah, that means this next upcoming set is really, really important. You know, it could be either the Bearcats take it and they sweep the match, or the Tigers lose it.
Definitely. So, once again, the Bearcats really attacking every time they go up big in these sets. They're attacking the middle of the court, and Hayes is going to attack the outsides, and both go on those 5 or 6 point runs there. But Northwest comes out on top, and a couple of botched plays by them, but overall they got the win there in the third set.
Yeah. It's, you know, they both teams really stepped up their pace in that set, but towards the end there we could see that, you know, Fort Hayes was getting caught, you know, with their blockers moving slowly, and you know, Northwest was just being really relentless, not letting up on their fast-paced game. So, you know, Fort Hayes is really going to need a win here if they want to stay in it, because, you know, they could potentially have a long road ahead of them, because if they win this next one, they have to win yet another one. And so, you know, they really need to tap into that team that they presented not this past set, but the second set.
Yeah.
You know, with their fast movements and their smart plays. You know, you don't always have to go up and hit the ball as hard as you possibly can. You know, you just have to go up and know where to put it so that it'll go on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's really hard, you know, especially against this Northwest defense that is just, you know, very tightly knit and covers a lot of ground. But, you know, obviously they can do it, so they just need to bring that spirit back.
Definitely. Alrighty, here we go. About to start the fourth set here in Maryville, Missouri. Northwest leads the Tigers 2-1 here. If Northwest wins this next set, the match is over. If Hayes wins, it's all tied up, and we got a new volleyball game here. So both teams, I think, in the huddle discuss what they need to fix. Hayes especially, to keep them in the game here and not have the match end for them.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens here.
You know, they're looking to improve their record.
Yes.
You know, after this little bit of a rough season that they've had, and this could be a really big win for them, but they just have to hold on to it, really make it happen.
We'll see what happens here. If the Northwest team from the first and third set comes out, Hayes is in trouble, because that team comes out and gets off to a fast start. So Hayes is going to need to play the good defense they've been playing all afternoon and really find those open spots in the Bearcat defense. So Hayes will serve coming out here at the start of the fourth set. And Northwest is going to start off with the first point. 1-0 Northwest. Northwest will serve here. Hayes, a good job by 44, Callie Christensen.
She really
Poking
saw
the ball
that.
back over there.
Yeah, she saw that play coming right to her and she took advantage of it. Very good.
Hayes will tie it 1-1 here. Good job by the senior, Sari Danatel.
That's a really strong play for a setter to make, you know, because when you're that close to that net, you have to choose whether you're going to try to pull it out or try to send it over, and, you know, she made a choice and she stuck with it.
That was a great job there. I don't think Hayes was ready for that play. So Northwest leads 2-1 right now. Good block by number 44. Again, Callie Christensen for the Tigers there. Tying this game back up at 2. Great defense. Number 34 for Hayes will serve here. And a botched play there by number 7, Sophia Schlippenbach.
Yep.
And it'll give Hayes a point there and put them up 3-2 over Northwest.
There you go, and they ran that exact same play last time that they messed up, but this time they clicked and they made sure they got it right, and look, it resulted in a point, so that
nice
was a
redemption play there.
definitely.
For Schlippenbach. Tying this game back up at 3 here in the 4th set. Northwest will serve. Good communication there by Northwest to get over and make the block there. 4-3 Bearcats. Northwest will serve here. Maddie Bruder serving. Short serve, but Hayes was ready for it. Good job by Northwest to keep the ball alive there. Oh, good job. Kill for Hayes. We're all tied up at 4 here in the 4th set.
Yep, no early leads yet.
Gabby De Silva there with the kill, and it's deflected by Fort Hayes out of bounds, giving the Bearcats a 1-point lead, 5-4. Serving is number 7, Schlippenbach for the Bearcats. Both teams really communicating great throughout this game here. And a good job by Hayes. Poke it back over the net, right in that open spot.
Yeah, both of these teams have really solid net play. You know, those really quick plays back and forth over the top of the net. You know, they both execute them very well.
All tied up at 5 here in the 4th set. Hayes will serve. Gabby De Silva going for the kill, but a good job by Hayes to keep it alive. And a kill by number 2, Aslan Cassidy for the Tigers, giving them a 1-point lead. Good job by the Tigers there, finding the open spot.
Definitely.
Tigers serve. Almost another ball into the pipes. And Northwest gets a kill by the senior, Gabby De Silva.
That was very smart play to go down the line there rather than trying to hit across the court, because she's tried that twice already and it's been dug by the Tigers libero. So she changed her approach there and it worked well.
Northwest will serve here. We're all tied up at 6. Good job by Northwest to get the ball back over the net. Block, but it's going to go out of bounds, and Hayes is going to get the point. 7-6 Hayes here. This is the Hayes team that needed to come out if they were going to stay alive in this match.
Yep, they knew it was at stake.
Hayes serves. Gabby De Silva hits it over the net. Hayes keeps it alive. Point to Northwest. Did she go into the net there? Is that what happened?
No, you know, the same thing happened to the Tigers that happened to us. They didn't push their block over enough, and the ball came right in between.
Oh, okay.
Right in between their hands and the net.
Northwest going to get the point there. Tied up at 7. A little bit of sloppy play. That's going to lead to a point for Hayes there is number 19, Danitel for Northwest hits it out of bounds. 8-7 Hayes here in the fourth set. Good serve by Hayes. And a great block by number 44, Christensen. She's having a great defensive day for the Tigers here.
Absolutely. She's really figured
lead.
out how to get in front of those Bearcat hits, and she's shutting them down.
Good serve there again by Hayes. Another great block for Hayes. 3-point lead for the Tigers here in the fourth set. Good serve. Great setup. Good kill attempt, but it's dug by the Tigers. Another one. And Northwest is going to get the kill by Maddie Bruder.
They use that same strategy of hitting down the line, so you know maybe they'll stick to it and not keep trying to cross right into the arms of the libero.
10-8. Hayes here. Good block by Northwest. 10-9 Hayes now. Northwest getting the point. Great defense right now by both of these teams.
Definitely.
Good serve by Northwest. Good communication by the teams to keep the ball alive. Good job by 43 for Hayes, keeping the ball up in the air. Set up for Maddie Bruder. Kill for Maddie Bruder.
Yep.
10-10. Timeout for Hayes to stop the momentum that is brought about by the Bearcats.
Definitely.
Here we are, another back and forth.
Yep, these
set.
last couple of to start out this set, the Bearcat defense has, it was exposing more of its holes than they have been. So, the Tigers really honed in on that. And so they've been putting up great blocks. They've been putting up great swings. They've been keeping the ball off the floor. So, those Tigers, they're really pulling together and realizing what they need to do to stop the Bearcats from taking this set.
Definitely. The Tiger defense is really closing up the open spots they had that problem with in the third set. And I feel like Northwest is starting to move more to the outside zones. So we'll see if that works out for them here as we're a little about halfway through the fourth set.
Yep, it's still anyone's set, and
exactly,
it's all going to come down to who wants it more and who can execute better.
So coming out of the Hayes timeout, Northwest will serve. Good serve there by Northwest. Almost a kill there for Hayes, but a good job by Northwest to dig. Good job by Northwest to keep it alive, and a kill by Maddie Bruder. Good job by Maddie Bruder for the Bearcats to give them a lead. They're really fired up right now. Hayes is going to need to rally and shut her down here. Northwest will serve. Another good serve. Good idea by Hayes there for an off-speed hit. And a kill by number 7, Sophia Schlippenbach. 12-10 Northwest.
She really saw that overpass and just, timed it just right to shut it down.
A little off-speed serve there to try and catch him off guard, but good job by Hayes. And a kill for number 2, Aslan Cassidy. 12-11 Northwest here. Serve there by Hayes.
That was really good because the last couple times she's gone up, she's swung really hard and put it down. And that time, everyone was back expecting that, and she just sent it right over the block, nice and easy.
Good job.
There's
at
that smart play.
Exploiting it there. 13-11 Northwest. Good job by Northwest to keep that alive. Another kill for Maddie Bruder. Northwest. 14-11 Northwest here in the fourth set. Hayes is really going to need to shut down those big kills. They aren't ready for it, it seems like. And a good block by Schlievenbach for the Bearcats.
They really got their momentum back, really pushing these last couple points.
15-11 Northwest now. Hayes still moving the ball around really well on the offensive side. Good block by Northwest, good save by Hayes there. Off-speed kill for Maddie Bruder, good job. 16-11 Northwest.
Yeah, Northwest
Timeout Hayes here.
Northwest is really, really taking advantage there of Maddie Bruder's just variance of ability. You know, whether she can go up there and she can swing it really hard and put it down, and if she can go up and just, you know, tap it right over. And, you know, it keeps the Tigers on their toes, but there's only so much you can do to predict those. So she's really gotten them on quite a momentum push right now. So hopefully they can keep it up coming out of this timeout.
Definitely. Hayes is really going to need to shut down that middle zone there. They're getting torn apart in the middle zone.
Yep.
And it hasn't been like that all game, but the past couple of sets they've really started to open up in the middle, and they can't do that if they're going to keep alive in this match.
Yep. And the Bearcats they're able to, you know, pull that apart, and if Hayes leaves that middle part open, they'll exploit it. But if they pull in, then the Bearcats will start picking on the edges. So, you know, they just got to stay on their toes and hopefully stop this momentum.
So Northwest is going to serve here, come out of the Hayes timeout. Good serve. A great block for Northwest, giving them a 6-point lead here in the fourth set. Good serve by Northwest. And a botched set there by Hayes. 18-11 Northwest now. Closing in on a game point. Hayes trying to keep alive here.
That ball actually hit the line judge out there, so you know it's bounced right off her foot.
Nice awareness by the line judge out there. Keeping on her toes herself.
Oh.
Another point for Northwest, 20-11.
There's not much you can do about those. You know, they hit the net and they just kind of roll over, so you can try your best to look at them, but really those are just lucky.
Another serve here by Northwest. Great serve to the back of the court. Almost a kill for Hayes. Great defense being shown right now. And a kill there for number 21.
Yeah, she saw that. She came out of the back row to swing at that one, and I think that threw off the timing of the Bearcats a little bit.
20-12 Northwest here in the fourth set. Almost a kill there for Northwest. Great defense by Hayes. And a kill for number 7, Sophia Schlievenbach. 21-12 Northwest. 4 points off of the game and
the match
point. Good no-look set there for Hayes, trying to throw him off. It doesn't work. Off the scoreboard. Oh.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, those, you know. I mean, there's not much you can do. Changes everything, but
another ball going off an object in the ceiling. Hayes missing out on an opportunity there with the ball going off the scoreboard, giving Northwest the point. 22-12 Northwest here in the fourth set. Hayes needs to stay alive here. Keep moving the ball. And it's out. Northwest with another point. 23-12 here.
I think the Tigers might be getting in their head a little bit, you know. After that long run by the Bearcats, it can kind of throw you off.
Northwest serves here. Good block by Northwest. A little back and forth here. And a kill for number 12, Hallie Sidney.
Very good, right off the hands.
12 Northwest. Match point here for the Bearcats.
Set point, match
Hayes
point.
is going to need to step up if they want to stay alive. Good serve. And a block.
And there it was. Ended on a beautiful block by a senior on her senior night. Wow.
Good job by Taylor Lindenberger getting the match point there for Northwest. What a Cinderella ending there. Perfect ending there for the Bearcats.
That was a great match played by both teams. You know, both of them really pulled out what they needed to pull out, and
Definitely.
you know, it was fun to watch. Very equally matched, very fun to watch.
Yeah. So great job today by both teams. I know Hayes came up short here, but you know, Northwest was the stronger team. I mean, again, if we pull out the records, Northwest is 16-14, and Hayes was 11-22 coming into this. So Northwest is definitely the stronger team, and you know, for them to come out and sweep this match is no surprise to me. If I want to give like an MVP, okay, so what I saw throughout the game, I saw a lot of Maddie Bruder for the Bearcats. A lot of Maddie Bruder. And then for Hayes, I saw a lot of number 44, Callie Christensen. A lot of blocks today.
Yeah, when you put that 6'2" frame of hers in the middle, she's got good timing, and she can get in front of the hands of those offensive Bearcats. And you know, both teams just had a fantastic run as far as, you know, hits, and their defense very good. You know, Northwest and Fort Hayes both had very good passes, and you know, they got kind of scrappy and got up what they needed to get up to keep the ball alive.
For sure. So if you had to give an MVP for today, who would you give it to?
You know, for the Bearcats, I'd probably have to get it to number 8, Maddie Bruder. She was not only very strong, but she was playing very smart, you know, between her strong hits and, you know, but taking some off of it and putting it in the open spots. You know, that's really where you get those great plays. And, you know, on the other hand, you also have your defensive number 23, Olivia Nowakowski, who is libero for a reason. You know, she had some great plays, some great ups. You know, the hitters can't do their hitting if your defensive players can't keep the ball off the floor. So it was definitely a very impressive run there.
So my MVP, my main MVP, I'm going to give it to Maddie Bruder. Kills all over the court today. Just a great job for the Bearcats. And then I'm also I'm going to give it to Taylor Lindenberger there with a block at the very end of the game for the Bearcats to seal the deal and give them the match win. So those are my 2 MVPs for the day, and congrats to the Bearcats on the win here over the Tigers.
Absolutely. What a way to end the seniors' home run. All right, so that was a fantastic match, and I was really happy to be a part of it. And again, I'm Alex Lichtis.
And I'm Nolan Brooks, and thank you for tuning in today, guys. And this is KNWT.